In April around the world, the Jewish community is preparing for Passover, the holiday that celebrates the exodus of Israelites from Egypt. It begins on the 15th of the Hebrew month of Nisan and continues for 8 days. Pesach, or Passover, which is the Feast of Unleavened Bread, is the oldest Jewish festival. The departure of Israel from Egypt, from slavery to freedom, is a defining moment in Jewish history. Pesach is the time of hope and new life, and we vow never to make others slaves as we were. After the Pharaoh's refusal to free the Israelites, God brought the plagues, ending with the killing of the firstborn. The angel of death passed over the houses of the Israelites, granting them leave to hurry with no time for their bread to rise. This unleavened bread, or matzah, is the symbol of Jewish liberation. During Passover, hametz, normally risen bread, is to be disposed of, and even the crumbs cleaned out systematically. Ovens and surfaces are also cleaned and thoroughly investigated to make sure nothing leaven remains. I'd like to share with you a bit about a traditional Seder. The Seder evening is actually divided into 3 parts. The beginning, when we're reading and praying. The second part is when we have a big meal, and the third is when we finish reading the Haggadah and have dessert. So we start out first with our Seder plate. I'd like to show you some of the symbolism that we use. This parsley is dipped into salt water, and everybody has a taste. The salt water reminds us of the tears of the slaves. The roasted egg is on our Seder plate to remind us of springtime, renewal, and fertility. You'll see a bit of horseradish we call moror, or bitter herbs. It has a very harsh taste, and it reminds us of the harshness of slavery. The way we do all eat it, and what we do is we take some of this harosis, which is a mixture of apples, nuts, and a little bit of wine, and we take a piece of matzah, and we spread the harosis. We cut a piece of the horseradish on, put another piece of matzah on top, and we eat it as it's called a Hillel sandwich. And the bitter herbs remind us of the bitterness of slavery. The harosis reminds us of the mortar that was used when the slaves were building the structures in Egypt at the time. During the Seder, we drink 4 cups of wine. We say a prayer over the wine and bless the wine. And so there's quite a bit of drinking during the Passover Seder. The children drink grape juice. And then we have a meal, consists of soup and delicious concoctions, a lot of them made of matzah, and they're all very, very tasty and good. And then after we finish our meal, we again start praying out of the Haggadah again. And a really fun part, especially for kids, is what we call the Elijah's cup. And we fill this cup right to the brim. And Elijah, who is a prophet, we say, comes to each Jewish household all over the world that's having a Seder and drinks from the cup. And Elijah is the forerunner of peace in the world. After the Seder is over, we all relax, and then we do it again for a second night. So as you can imagine, Passover is a lot of fun and something that every Jewish family looks forward to every year. And this concludes our Seder presentation.